There's been a lot of sports writers flapping their yaps about us getting soft.
Stepping on your own dick.
Doing the thing here. What? This is where men are men and the boys stay on the side and watch what's going on. What?
In the world of wrestling, the fans can react however they want.
And there is no one that does it better.
Getting color commentary.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Let's fucking go.
Greetings and salutations, Wrestling Universe. Welcome to what apparently is going to be the first episode of Getting Color Commentary Podcast. I guess you can catch us on YouTube here. I guess is where we'll be putting it up. I am your host, Father Lloyd. That's right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to use the name. Some of you will know who I am from a previous podcast. I figure if I can get the rub from that, I might as well do it. And also, you don't need to know my last name. It's easy to find, trust me. So it's not like a secret. It's like knowing who the members of Ghost Star. Sitting to my left, we have the beautiful man, the guy that keeps us in check, the six-string samurai, one Mr. Derek Harvard. How you doing today, sir?
Newly great.
Across from me, the man who twists the knobs as well as his own nipples, Aaron BT Silty. The BT today stands for
Bear toys.
Bear toys.
I mean, he does kind of look like a bear.
I
Big, like in every sense, like a big cuddly teddy bear.
I have bearish qualities, yes.
Or something a bear would like to play with.
So yeah, here we are. Thank you guys for listening to this. Obviously, if you're listening right now, you're listening to us, and we appreciate it. Tell your friends, check us out. Be on the lookout for all of our stuff. We'll be coming out hard, hopefully, and I don't mean erect.
Hey, yo.
See, look, I'm getting all the dirty jokes out of the way. It just so happens to be WrestleMania week. I mean, what better way to start our first episode than to talk about the grandest stage of them all? 2 days of WrestleMania coming at you live from Philadelphia.
It's crazy. It's extra large.
Yes,
extra
XL.
large.
One would say a colossal tussle.
No one would say that.
One
I
would
know-
say
I know
that. They
one
would go
man that
directly
would.
to
Right, but
jail,
we're not allowed
just
to.
like in
Just like on the
Monopoly.
TV show, we won't mention him.
Fair. Very fair.
Until we have to.
Very fair.
Like I said, we got a lot to talk about just because it is WrestleMania weekend. Obviously, we're going to give our predictions for that, talk about a couple other things. Big news this week. The first thing that I'm surprised it took me this long to talk about, why in the fuck did Beyonce put out a country record?
It's pronounced money.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Wait.
Wrong podcast. Wrong podcast.
That happened?
Yes, again,
Yes.
we'll talk about that another time. I guess, just a couple quick things because it is such a stacked event. We have 13 matches to go over. We're not even going to talk about NXT Stand and Deliver.
No.
Like I said, right off the bat, some news this week. Let's see. Chelsea Green was apparently kicked out of the hotel bar that she was at the hotel she was staying at, the Palace in New York, if I read that correctly, for apparently being mistaken for looking like a whore, as Stu Hart would say. I've been working on my Stu Hart for a while, guys. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments below.
She was accused of escorting, then escorted out.
Man.
I did see the picture that she put up. I mean, she looked like any beautiful woman dressed out for a night on the town in a fancy place.
Yeah.
She did not look like a lady of the night to me.
Fair. Also, I don't have a descriptor list of what that would look like in the first place.
Right. That reminds me, I was working backdoor at one of the venues that we work at, and a band member's girlfriend walked up, and I was like, wait a minute. I had to, confirm with one of my other coworkers to see, does this band have escort? And she looked at me, she's like, I'm not a fucking prostitute. And I was like, whoa. No.
That was for the 10 of you who work in music venues like ourselves, who will get the ins and outs of those jokes.
Yeah.
Big week for CM Punk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said things.
I mean, we could do a whole show on just that interview this week if we wanted to.
Luckily, AEW.
I do kind of feel like we should probably do something like that. Just going over everything that he said.
Well, he said a lot.
He said a lot. There are 2 hours of it.
He basically, gave us the best description we've been able to get from any of the situations that happened behind the scenes. Obviously, he talked about Wembley and him and Jungle Jack, Jimbo, John, Jingleheimer, Perry.
Yep.
And how that went down. He apparently says he never hit him, just a little choking.
Just a little choking.
Just a little friendly choking.
Just a little choking.
Obviously, he's when he was asked about NDAs and things, The only thing he's not allowed to talk about is the brawl out.
Brawl out, yeah.
You know,
which he didn't talk about.
Yeah.
No,
very adamant.
He danced around it just like Tony Khan danced around being asked the questions about how he felt about CM Punk's, interview. And again, we could go over this, but again, it would take up a lot of the show. We're already looking at a big chunk of time just to get WrestleMania out of the way. Just look it up for yourselves. CM Punk did an interview this week with Ariel Helwani. Thank you. I apologize for not how to pronounce it. This is like me telling you to say Takeshita.
Yeah.
I should be able to pronounce his name at this point.
Takeshita.
No, well, not. I can say that. I can't say Ariel
Hilwani.
Not Chris Van Fleet. He's the other guy.
I like Van Fleet more than Hilwani. Shots fired.
Okay, just get
this is the surprise match.
Chris Van Fleet is a mark for himself. Okay?
Oh yeah,
he's okay. A couple years ago, his interviews were definitely I enjoyed more because he didn't have the notoriety that he had. But yes, at this point, I think he is just so high on himself that I don't enjoy watching anything that he does.
The only thing that I don't like is how often he brings up that he's met The Rock.
Well, how many times have you met The Rock?
Not enough.
Right.
So
and those stories are boring. I'm
pretty sure I know you well enough that you would be bringing up the fact that you knew The Rock like all the time. Like, oh, by the way, I talked to Dwayne the other day.
Me and Dwayne were shooting some tequila the other day. Me and Big D went and had some dinner.
Yeah, me and the final boss were hanging out, playing video games. He taught me a lot. But yeah, check the interview out for yourself if you want. It's anyone that doesn't know me. I am a huge CM Punk fan. He is my favorite wrestler of all time.
Big old mark.
I am a giant mark. I relate to CM Punk more than I relate to wrestlers on a personal level, I think. I say this, and again, I'm not trying to be, we know I'm friends with people. And I'm just saying, I have friends who are friends with CM Punk. So to me, I'm like, well, if you're friends with them and I'm friends with you, and I like what I see on Punk, as I always have, whether it be in interviews, when he's doing shoots, when he's fucking wrestling in the ring, when he's on that mic, I thoroughly enjoy CM Punk. This interview I loved, and like I said to you, I loved every part when he was sitting there like, hey, I asked them to handle this, or I'm going to handle it, and you're not going to like how I handle it. That's how I talk. That's how I look at things. I mean, he's also very fucking... I mean, also he's bringing up the inner Charles Manson in himself, but that's neither here nor there. But, just go ahead and listen to the interview for yourselves.
Yeah.
What do you want to add to just the CM Punk interview?
I mean, I really liked it. I wouldn't say that I'm a CM Punk mark, but I like a lot of the stuff that I've seen him do and say in interviews. I really liked the shoot promo he did during right before Brawl Out. It was gold.
He is one of, if not the best talker in the business. It has been. If
it hadn't led to everything that it led to, just imagining the storylines and fucking angles to come off of that promo alone, amazing. I don't know. I really liked the interview. It was fun. It was very interesting, enlightening, one would say.
Yeah, I enjoyed the interview as well. It was really nice to get his side of the story.
Yeah.
CM Punk's career falls in my dark years. I am not attached to this man in any way. It's nice to get the information from his side of the story. I want more sides of the story if we're going to hyper-focus on this, not the back and forth that's currently happening about how great each organization is with this weird self-righteous flex. That part's annoying me.
That is annoying.
But otherwise, great interview.
I really want to see the footage from Wembley Stadium that supposedly exists around what happened. But
right. Even in the event of all the information we gleaned from this interview, it's
really
still
new.
Opinions versus opinions, and people saying things versus people saying things.
Again, it seems to me that it's been the same story. At least as far as with the Jack Perry thing, it's been like, hey, this real glass thing, you were told not to use it, you did it anyway, you brought it up on air. All you had to do was not say, "Cry me real glass, cry me a river." Then the situation wouldn't be where the situation is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and everything points to that Punk is telling the true side of the story. And again, I'm not trying to be a CM Punk mark here right now, but it seems like that's how it went. There was an altercation. He wasn't going to go out. He went out and did it for Samoa Joe because they've been doing this for years with each other. They have a relationship that is more than just wrestling. They came up together. some of those matches in Ring of Honor were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
Summer of Punk,
legendary.
Again, speaking of AEW, we'll move off of the CM Punk thing. Go ahead.
One thing, did y'all catch that? I can't remember if it was Matt or Nick, but one of them,
Matthew or Nicholas, please.
Sure,
Put some
sure,
fucking
sure.
respect on their names.
I mean, they can find me. It's all right. I've got the money. But yeah, during one of their entrances, I believe the other night for Dynamite, shouted out Jack Perry, like saying something along the lines like off mic but at the camera of like, "Scapegoat, I love what you're doing," and I just felt like that was fun.
I've seen Jack Perry being called the scapegoat for all of this, and
Yeah, I mean, well, he came out, he had like an armband that like said "Scapegoat" on it, and
Yeah. Again, the drama is more boring to me than anything else. Do I want to know what happened? Absolutely. Do I want this back and forth industry flex? No.
yeah, I want storylines.
Yeah.
That's
Build
what I
me
want.
something out of it.
Yeah,
Turn yeet into a catchphrase instead of a drunken mishap.
yeah.
Do that.
well, much like Jack Perry, there's a list of wrestlers who will also no longer be wrestling for AEW.
Yeah.
Or, again, I don't have the list in front of me. I know off the top of my head they released Stu Grayson from the Dark Order for the second time after he had been released. Dasha, who was in NXT and did commentating work for behind the scenes work as far as like interview stuff backstage for WWE. The Boys, the guys that come out with Dalton Castle. Apparently, they're the only ones that a reason why they were let go.
Yeah, one of them had some sort of injury. Like
No, apparently it was according to Tony Khan, they just were missing shows. They weren't showing up on time. They weren't living up to their end of the bargain.
Well, if that's the truth, then get your
Show
shit
up to work,
together.
to work.
But everybody else on the list was Parker Bordeaux was on there. People that they weren't
Gravity.
using. Right.
That's a heavy loss.
That being said, the interesting thing about the releases is this is the first time in AEW's history that they've actually done actual cuts.
Yeah, that they've fired anybody without
Right. Tony Khan has
their
been
contracts running out.
Tony Khan has been adamant about it. It's like I will let your contract run out and not renew. That's how it's always been up until now. It is interesting because I mean, if you look at who they cut, let's just say they're doing it to make more money to hire. Maybe when you're paying Okada $12 million a year, apparently that nobody gets that. That John Cena doesn't get that. Brock Lesnar doesn't get that. If you're trying to free up money, you didn't really do a good job because you got rid of a bunch of people that nobody gave a fuck about that you weren't using.
Well,
they are immediately free agents. There is no non-compete. They could show up anywhere they want to tomorrow, which that's respectful on Tony Khan's
Absolutely.
But also those people are not desired by any real. I hate to say it. WWE's not touching any of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure Impact TNA would be interested in Stu Grayson and maybe one or two of the others. But again, you cut people that didn't matter.
yeah. Was one of those guys? I saw a picture of him, the person that I'm thinking of, and people were calling him like the possible like next big thing, like next Brock Lesnar.
That Parker Bordeaux.
Okay,
That was-
yeah, big fucking dude with like
they brought
tattoos
they
everywhere.
brought him in initially as part of Mogul Embassy with Swerve and them.
Okay.
And then just once Swerve kind of took off this way and got Prince Nana and they kind of went that direction, he was out. They again they had him down in NXT and they thought he was going to be the next big thing. So like he looked like Brock Lesnar, like a young Lesnar.
Doesn't have the
He didn't develop for them quickly enough.
Uh-huh.
They had him down there I think for like 2-3 years and just
okay.
he wasn't picking up what they wanted him to. And again, he's the kind of guy that he who shall not be named loves. He's a big jacked guy that that'll maybe put butts in seats, but who knows?
And he gets to name a new toy. On the bright side, I'd like to personally thank Tony Khan for making my last few draft pick each draft just a little easier.
Yeah.
A little less stuff to root through to pick with my last pick.
So, what's next?
Oh, that would be me. So anything else you want to talk about, news or rumors or anything that's not that should be talked about again?
MJF came back to Twitter and was talking to The Rock about apparently The Rock is trying to buy a painting from his ex-girlfriend.
Correct.
That she did of The Rock beating the shit out of Cody Rhodes.
That is correct. I did see that.
Is she's the one that did all those paintings for fucking Don Callis?
Yes, I believe that is correct.
She's good.
I just know that his former fiance, that was her deal. She was an artist in some capacity.
Yeah.
She did paintings, yes.
Yeah.
That's all I got for Nate.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're almost to WrestleMania. But before we get there,
All right.
we have to talk about something that should be on WrestleMania.
Oh.
But of course, it's going to be on SmackDown this Friday. That, of course, is the ATG MBR.
The Actenberg.
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal for all of you people who are streets behind.
Uninitiated.
Streets. I stand by streets behind. If I have to say it again, that means you're not streets ahead, so you're streets behind.
Very fair.
Who wins the Giant Water Cooler Trophy this year?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's run through the competitors here, okay?
All right.
Just going down the list alphabetically because that's how they are in front of me. Mm-hmm. We have Akira Tozawa, Andrade, Apollo Crews, Ashante the Adonis, Bronson Reed. I'm sorry, that's Big Bronson Reed. I don't want to piss anybody off. Brutus Creed, Cameron Grimes, To the Moon, Cedric Alexander, Chad Gable, Elton Prince, Ivar, bobbleheaded J.D. McDonough, Julius Creed, Kit Wilson, Omos, Otis, Irish superstar Ricochet, Sanga, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Veer. Wait, Veer still has a contract?
Yeah, jeez.
And
And it's fulfilled that night.
justice for Shangy.
With how often he's come on Raw, I would imagine he would have been gotten rid of
Phrasing.
real quick.
Yeah, we're keep it PG, buddy.
If it's good enough for Simon, it's good enough for us.
Again, this is just a way to get everybody on the show.
But it's not. They're not on the show. They're on fucking SmackDown.
Fair enough. You know what? So I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to predict the winner of the 2024 ATG MBR is going to be Mr. Charlotte Flair, Andrade.
Andrade?
I'm really looking at this list, and I mean, I can run down. It's not going to be Akira Tozawa. It's not going to be Apollo Crews. It's not going to be Ashante the Adonis. It's not going to be Brutus Creed. It's not going to be Cameron Grimes. It's not going to be Cedric Alexander. No Elton Prince. No Ivar. No Julius Creed. No Kit Wilson. No Omos. No Otis. No Ricochet. No Sanga. No Veer. Your only options really are Shinsuke Nakamura, J.D. McDonough, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, and Andrade. And taking those out right now, Andrade needs to push. Obviously, they're trying to do the thing where they're trying to set him up eventually in a feud with Judgment Day. This past week, you take care of this for us. And
oh my god, dude! I just
feel that they're pushing Andrade.
Fucking ladder match: Andrade versus Rhea for fucking Dominic.
Again,
that's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard.
Oh, come on.
Let's just be clear. No one's fucking Dominic. Okay.
Well, he was recently married.
He just got married.
That's right.
To his high school sweetheart.
Right. They make love. Anyway. My 2 cents on this are Chad Gable and Ricochet. They're the only two people on that card who've been getting a steady push.
I could see
Ricochet the second he walked back, caught his push.
He's on a winning streak, and it needs to continue.
Yeah, with Gable losing to Zayn, that's probably the only way to spotlight him for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had my choice, it would be Cameron. I would like to see them do something with Cameron Grimes, but I'm sure they're not. All right. Well, then, I guess that does lead us into predictions for
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Extra large.
The colossal tussle.
So we can't say his name, but we can use his voice.
That was just a generic wrestling company owner's voice that I've been working on for many years.
Yeah. Nobody.
It's good shit.
It's good
shit, pal. All right.
So, night one,
first match.
Whoa, you know what? You lead us on this. You lead us in predictions.
All right.
This is the test.
Night one, first match, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship. What do you guys think? Who wants to go first?
Look, it's this simple. I have no idea how they're going to do this. I could sit here and say things for both sides and why I think Becky will win. I could sit and say why I think Rhea's going to win. What it really boils down to is, do you put the belt back on Becky, her book just came out? She's been promoting the hell out of that. I don't know if it's become a New York Times bestseller like almost every other WWE biography that gets put out. I would assume that it has. I also think that Rhea Ripley has done a great job and is continuing to do a great job. I think the fans are firmly behind Rhea Ripley. I think that Becky Lynch winning at WrestleMania is not something that she needs on her resume, as it's already happened. Therefore, the smart choice is Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley needs that to have that accolade under her belt. She needs that belt to continue what she's doing with Judgment Day. So it makes no sense to put the belt on Becky, to me. None whatsoever.
Agreed.
Rhea Ripley will continue to be your women's champion.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go along the same lines. I don't see a benefit to Becky Lynch winning the title, other than, very speculatively, them breaking Judgment Day this event, because it very much looks like they can do that. But to what end? Nothing positive that I see.
We'll talk about what I want to say when we get there.
Yeah.
I also, I want Rhea Ripley to win. Becky Lynch hasn't really been doing it for me for a while. Rhea has, she's fucking a star. She's barely had any matches defending the title, but she's over everywhere. And I feel like it's just premature to take the fucking belt off of her without giving her a good feud, because she hasn't had that yet.
I disagree with Becky does defend her title.
No. Rhea.
I'm sorry. Rhea does defend her title on the pay-per-views, as it should be. Your champion doesn't need to be out there defending the belt on every Raw, every SmackDown.
Sure. But she hasn't had a good feud with anybody. She's had, a couple of weeks here or there, going up against Nia and Becky. But, it's really been more of, Becky's story that's being told with that rather than Rhea's story, and I want to see her have that run with an opponent where they fucking make her have to go to the limit and fight and really prove that nobody's fucking taking this belt from me. You're
right, and I'll throw some speculation and rumor that the creation of a mid-card women's belt might be thrown into the mix here shortly.
Yeah.
That would look great on Becky Lynch.
Oh yeah.
And allowing Rhea Ripley to keep that would allow Becky to target that and give her basically the women's version of what Seth's holding to run around and fight actively every show, just like they like it, saving the heavyweight championship for the new big heavyweights they brought in.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill's in the freaking house.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm...
Okay. Nia Jax is back and whooping ass, whether we like it or not.
I mean, she's doing a good job.
Nia Jax will never be women's champion.
Correct. But it builds a women's heavyweight division.
And she's a good, enemy to have for a champion.
Absolutely.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to bring it into the next match. Not the one on the screen. I'm going to take this for a second because we're going to talk about a different, not down in the order here. You say that you want to see Rhea have a feud with somebody, and you bring up Nia Jax, and then she took care of that. You bring up whoever else, who right now is on the level of Rhea Ripley, who can come in convincingly be the one that takes the belt off of Rhea Ripley. You have people. Is it Naomi? Is it Jade Cargill?
I would have to see Jade Cargill have some matches, a few, before I made a decision on whether or not I felt like she was at the level of at a competitive level with Rhea Ripley.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about the six woman match.
All right.
Where we have BBB, as you're calling them,
the Better Business Bureau,
consisting of Jade Cargill, Naomi, and
Bianca Belair.
Correct. Taking on Damage Control in the form of Asuka, Kairi Sane. I'm sorry, not Kairi Sane. Yes, Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai.
I'm sorry. Io is fighting for the belt. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. I said I think Rhea's going to win. My predictions for this is that the Better Business Bureau will be winning. strictly because the titles are not on the line. Yeah. There's nothing to gain by Damage Control winning this match other than to put the cracks into Damage Control. With that being said, I feel that you're looking at the next women's tag team champions in Bianca Belair and Naomi. And I think you're looking at Rhea's next feud in Jade Cargill.
I'm 100% with this.
And it's more of, again, we can talk about Jade Cargill's skills in AEW. Well, yeah. There was definitely a good progression from when she started to when she ended there.
Yeah, yes, there was.
Obviously, I mean, how long has she been down in the Performance Center now? 7, 8 months?
A good amount of time.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure, again, she didn't go in there blindly having no wrestling knowledge, no national stage knowledge. She's been in front of big crowds. She's been in front of TV before. So she has that advantage where it's not going to take her as long as taking a regular NXT rookie and bringing them in.
It shows me that when they want to highlight her, they want to do it right.
And they are somebody that, they're putting all the eggs in this basket. Like, they truly are. They see her as a superstar. They are going to push her as a superstar. Therefore, I think she's going to be the one. She's the next one in line. At this point, Rhea doesn't need the belt to be Rhea Ripley. It adds to it. It's much, I hate Charlotte Flair doesn't need the belt to be Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch does not need the belt to be the man. She doesn't need that.
No.
Jade Cargill, when she gets that opportunity, Jade Cargill needs that.
Yes.
She needs that to start her legacy, to make that happen. Therefore, they said, I'm predicting exactly how it is. It'll be them winning, strictly so that that Naomi and Bianca can get the tag belts, and then Jade can go on her way 100%. and go after the main title.
Since we're talking about the 6-woman tag team match, I have a feeling that they're going to do something in the match to cause a little feud between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair to ramp Jade Cargill up to that main event level by defeating Bianca. So Bianca has a little mini streak going at WrestleMania. She hasn't lost a single match.
It's the streakiest.
She hasn't lost a single match.
Do you know who has the longest streak right now at WrestleMania?
The longest streak?
The longest undefeated streak at WrestleMania right now.
Right now?
Ooh, on the
wait, it would still be Taker. I'm trying to figure. I'm not wording. I'm not wording this correctly.
I mean, that would be fucking Roman, right? Other than Taker.
I'm gonna casually bow out of this conversation because I got ahead of myself, and we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah. But so I have a feeling they're going to use that as a catalyst to cause a division between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, where something's going to happen. Bianca's going to do, she's going to do, the finishing move, and Jade's going to, steal the victory from her. So Bianca still maintains that she's won, but she's going to get the pin, the crowning moment at the end of the match taken away from her.
I hear you. I think building their friendship before doing that is a little more important.
Sure.
So doing it right away seems a little silly.
Yeah, but
unless they're gonna do Jade Cargill, the confident, cocky, I do whatever I want person, and we already have a Rhea Ripley. She doesn't need to be a Rhea Ripley.
No, I mean, yeah.
So I hear what you're saying. I just see that happening 2 pay-per-views.
A little further down the line. Yeah. All right.
Only 11 more matches to get through.
Extra large.
So, getting back on track.
There's no real track.
Well, yeah, but I'm reading off of Wikipedia.
We're going down the list. You know,
yeah.
This is not necessarily the card order.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, the next match we're going to talk about is Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not really happy about this match.
# should have been Chad.
Should have been Chad.
Fucking marks.
The build-up, the storyline behind Sami Zayn, I feel like they started it far too late. I feel like they should have started this, Chad's gonna, come in and be his fucking, his trainer. I can't remember fucking Rocky's trainer's name, but he's,
Mickey.
Mickey.
He was played by Burgess Meredith, who also played the Joker. I'm sorry, the Riddler. No, he played the Joker on the original 66 Batman.
Wow.
Bing, 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 bing.
I mean, I could tell you more about Burgess Meredith.
I'm sure you could.
We'll
but
save
yeah,
it for
like
his man.
they
I have a Burgess Meredith podcast. You can check that out. I'll have the new episode up this week.
But yeah, like it's too late. There's not enough time to show the progression, and when I want Sami Zayn to evolve. He's been the same, like, wrestling style. It works for him, but the more you pay attention to his matches, it's almost always the same match where he's playing
the comeback kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he gets the shit beat out of him. He survives. He, like, gets that win in the end, and, like, he just made it by the skin of his teeth. I want to see something different from him. I want him to evolve.
I want him to get whooped, or I want him to dominate. Something.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you have in the match?
I mean, I would have put
Gunther.
fucking Chad Gable.
No. I'm not asking who you would put in the match.
who
will be
I
the
want
victor?
Gunther to win. Gunther's going to win.
Okay. Derek, what do you?
I'm with Gunther too. Putting it on Sammy, to what benefit?
Yeah.
Is that to any storyline, anything other than saying we like Sammy? People who like Sammy already know they like Sammy.
Yeah.
They know his game. Gunther holding it gives him a better resume
And, like,
and floats better opportunities for other pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm. People, like, I don't feel like Sammy's going to get that rub that somebody else would get from beating Gunther.
Well, and plus people will love him more if he loses.
Yeah.
Because that's how Sami Zayn fandom works.
I've heard people talking about this where they're like, oh, yeah, like, they're going back to Canada soon, and, like, what a wonderful, like, coming home story for Sammy it would be if he won the title, and, like, after, like, Elimination Chamber, and he, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? He lost the fucking, like, undisputed championship match against fucking Roman Reigns, and then we're gonna, like, everybody's gonna be super happy because he got the Intercontinental title? Like, yeah, Gunther raised it up, but, like, it's not a world championship.
It's not about the championship. It's not about that particular championship. It's about Sami Zayn getting his WrestleMania moment.
Sure, but he got that last year.
Did he?
Oh,
Did he get it?
They Forrest Gumped him, man. The whole Bloodline story with him in it was them Forrest Gumping him.
Look, okay. So just so you are aware, I disagree. I think that Sami Zayn is walking out the new Intercontinental Champion, and here's why. For exactly what I just said, it gives Sammy his WrestleMania moment. It gives the fans something to cheer about.
Sure.
And you need that, especially at WrestleMania. You want the fans to go home happy. This is when you pull out all the shit that you've been doing for the past year to make sense. Because WrestleMania is apparently the end of the year for everything. It's the new
end
wrestling
of the season. Yeah.
It's the new wrestling year. We're starting over. New storylines, new feuds, new this, new that.
Can you finish your story?
That story's never fucking ending. However, the Ring General, his story, isn't ending, but it is time for a new chapter.
It is.
He is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history. Yeah. It's about time for him to not be a mid-level champion. Right now, let Sami Zayn be the Intercontinental Champion. Let Gunther have... Yes, I almost called him Walter. Let him have his first loss. Because you know what? I personally think whoever wins the Seth Drew match, Gunther's next in line. That is his next feud. I think he's going to lose the belt to Sammy, and that's immediately where he's going to be inserted, is right into there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I see that. I just don't want Sammy to get it.
Who has Sami Zayn in Fantasy League? So none of us?
I don't remember.
That's okay. It's not that important. We can look it up later. That's not part of the show. All right, moving on.
So next on the docket.
Do you know the definition of docket?
I know it has something to do with being a judge.
My name is Judge.
All right, we have the Judgment Day of...
Speaking of judges.
Yeah, right? Finn Balor, Damian Priest versus DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus the Awesome Truth of The Miz and R-Truth versus The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods versus A-Town Down Under, excuse me, that consists of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus the New Catch Republic, which I hate that name.
I still hate that name.
It's dumb, consisting of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates for the undisputed tag team championship. And the way that the commentary have been talking about this match, it really foreshadows that they're going to be splitting up the belts, because they've said on numerous occasions you have to pull down both sets of belts. The match doesn't end until both sets have been pulled down. So either they're going to do something where all the belts are hanging from one thing, or they're hanging from two different things, or something like that. Like, that makes the most sense to me, of like making it like that, but who knows what they're going to do.
I will go out on a limb, and when they've done a two belts thing in the past, even when they've done it with these particular titles, both titles have been hung on one hook, same as it ever was.
Well, yeah, but were they, like, you have to pull down all four of them?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. Well, I want them to fucking split the belts up.
Well, who do you want to win this match? Or actually, you know what, Derek? Who do you want to... Not even who do you want to win this match? Because obviously, if I was picking with my heart, it might be different than what my prediction is going to be. Who do you got on this match, and why?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me. I want Judgment Day to win this match. I smell Judgment Day's demise in the water. This is a great way to do it. Looking at the card, I don't know that any of those teams are established enough, aside from New Day and DIY, to be holding championships.
Oof. That's a bold statement.
That is brutal.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, my money's on Judgment Day holding.
Yeah? All right. What about you?
Well, I disagree with the Judgment Day pick for two reasons. One being, it is time for Damian Priest to shit or get off the pot, as they say.
Yeah.
He's been senior Money in the Bank for far too long, and you're not going to be world champion and tag team champion at the same time. And it's just, they're not going to do that with him. Therefore, if there's a time to take the belts off, now is it, so that, again, you can restructure, refocus going into the new wrestling year, where Damian Priest can actually finally be a threat as Money in the Bank. Not just a prop for him to carry around, him actually threatening to cash it in every night. Or just going out and doing it. Maybe he'll do it at WrestleMania.
Maybe.
But like I said, I don't see them retaining. Again, I do agree. I don't see Grayson Waller and A-Town Down doing the thing.
No.
New Day have done it enough. They don't need it. It would be cool to see R-Truth get the WrestleMania moment that I think he deserves. However, I'm going with the New Catch Republic for a couple of reasons. One, I want the fucking points for Pete Dunne. Two, I think they wasted Pete Dunne when they brought him in as the Butch character.
Yeah, they did.
He was one of the best things they had going in NXT before they destroyed NXT. And Tyler Bate is also fantastic. He did great things in NXT UK. He's been a constant good worker. I just think that they're the guys that they're going to put this on, because it seems like they've been giving them a push. Out of everybody else, it seems like for some reason they're winning the matches they shouldn't be winning. It seems like they're the ones that they're trying to make us pay attention to and take notice of. Pete Dunne, also, as we know, is apparently being the backstage producer for the Speed show that they're doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sure when Pete Dunne was like, "Hey, you're not going to be Butch anymore. We'd like to use you in this capacity. We'd like to do this, and this is what we have planned for you." It would not surprise me the fact that they put him and Tyler Bate back together. They didn't need to do that. They could have put them separately.
Yeah.
They had a plan with the two of them from the beginning, and I think it was to have them be champions. And again, this match doesn't matter in the grand scheme. There's no build up to this. There's no feud. There's no story to this.
You've got a bunch of Judgment Day breaking.
Well,
yeah.
That's it. Who do you got?
I mean, I'm sticking with my splitting up the belts theory, and I think Awesome Truth are getting one pair, and either DIY or New Catch Republic are getting the other.
All right.
I can't remember where I heard it, but I heard a fun idea for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Judgment Day lose the titles, and then Finn Balor tries to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase to try and win back the tag team titles, causing a friction between him and Damian Priest.
Who said that? Who's your source?
Sauce unknown.
I think it was one of the Cultaholic guys.
Oh, the reputable source then.
Yeah.
That's my close personal friends, the Botchamania, the Cultaholic guys. Hey, Matthew from Cultaholic does Botchamania. Close personal friend of mine. I got pictures to prove it. Mm-hmm. We had a couple drinks together. Trust me, fun guy.
I'm sure he is.
It's a good week. That was a good weekend, I got to tell you. I'll tell you, the one scary thing from that weekend was sitting about like as far away from you guys are from Haku.
Dude.
And just like listening to like wrestlers tell stories, and I'm like I'm just looking over, and I'm like, God, I hope Haku doesn't look at me and think I'm trying to fucking eavesdrop.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, like, this guy'll kill me.
This is one of the few wrestlers that I feel like I would never like approach.
No. Oh no, I looked at him. He looked at me. I knew he wasn't. He didn't want nothing to do. I was like, yep. Head down, yes sir. I will keep on walking.
I'm gonna keep my nose where it belongs.
Also, real quick before, I want to know what the Vegas odds are of New Day coming out dressed as Rocky and Apollo Creed.
Oh shit!
Just want to throw that out there,
dude.
I'm here for it.
Guarantee Xavier Woods would be Apollo.
Of course. I mean, he's done. I mean, that was his whole gimmick when he first started. Was you know, regardless, Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. What match we got next?
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
We got Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso.
Yeet versus
no yeet. I'm looking forward to this match. I feel like they did a really shitty job of building it up. I liked that when they did split them up. What they did with Jimmy, it didn't make any sense, but this is where we are. But having them, like, splitting them up, moving them to two different brands, okay, that allows for a bit of time in between, and then we can, like, start throwing them at each other and cause the feud that'll get us to WrestleMania. But, again, they did it too late. And now it's like, I don't really care about the issues between the two brothers. Like, they haven't done anything to make me really like want one of them to beat the other than Jay's a babyface and Jimmy's a fucking clown. But I guarantee it's going to be a fucking good match. I hope we get to see Rikishi. Maybe that'd be fun.
Yeah, this is where shenanigans will happen in the.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just step in and tell you that my prediction is Jimmy Uso with a little help from Rikishi, because he's true to the bloodline. He's even more true to the bloodline than he is his own bloodline. So that's what, Jimmy with help from Rikishi. Rikishi is going to be a factor in this match. Even if he is not, you know what the hell? I'm still going to pick Jimmy.
I mean, yeah, Jimmy is who I see winning. It, like, giving it to Jay, I don't feel like Jay really gets anything from winning this. Jimmy's the one that would really gain something from winning it, and you can continue the feud going down the road.
Well, no. Again, you make it this simple. Jimmy wins. You know, if Roman loses, Roman has to go out and be like, "Yo, I lost my." Jimmy be like, "I won my WrestleMania match, Oos."
Yeah.
Yo, he won his. Rock won the night one for you. You didn't win that match. Just saying. There's things that can be built into the bloodline storyline with Jimmy winning.
Where I'm also Jimmy as well. It's just good TV.
Yeah.
If Jimmy wins, that gives chances for them to both appear in the main event the next day. Which is a notably shorter card.
Yeah.
Which tells me shenanigans ahoy. And,
oh yeah.
And that's the match that looks like it's going to have it.
Yep.
And if Jimmy loses, he can't come back.
Yeah.
So lame TV. So in good TV, that's got to go to Jimmy. Jay's main event, and Jay, he's got his fans. Pat McAfee's going to jump all over the table. Everyone's going to, wave their arms and say yeet and love it.
Yep.
The only beneficial thing to anyone is Jimmy walking. And again, sets you up for a good night, too. A crazy night, too.
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to go through this one amazingly quick because what needs to be said.
I mean, we already... Or wait.
No, we're talking about the LWO, the Latino World Order, consisting of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio in just a run-of-the-mill average tag team match. I'm sure this will probably be like the second or third match of the evening. Santos and Dom.
Yeah, Santos and Dom.
I'm on Rey and Dragon.
Yeah.
They're literally, timed versions of themselves.
Yeah.
And they really want to face Lee.
I was really hoping for another singles match between Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Like, I know that Rey Mysterio signed another contract. He's probably another 3-year contract or something like that. But I want a, like, mask versus hair, something like that, Something to change up Dominic's character in some way.
Judy Bagwell on a forklift match.
That would be fun. And then Dominic could run around with another man's mom. It'd be interesting.
So he'd have two mommies.
He would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone. Who wouldn't like two moms?
But I want Dominic. I really want Dominic to take Ray's mask and fucking have a mask. I want him to have a mask. He'll probably never get the mask. I love a masked wrestler, and I want Dominic to have the mask. And, shit all over it. Make it his own. Keep, being like, my dad's a fucking deadbeat dad, blah, 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 blah. And, disrespect it, but, have it and continue the masked luchador thing and earn it. Or they can.
So do you want him to take it, or do you want him to earn it? Because he would.
Do you want him to
he would earn it by taking it.
I am never going to positively say I am for the taking of a luchador's mask.
But
never.
It happens all the time.
Never.
Moving on.
Cheap pops.
Sure.
The final match of night one. The coup de grace, if you will, Daddy. Well, no, actually, coup de grace will be the second night, I guess. Who do we know? Aaron, what's the last match on the first night?
It'll be the bloodline of The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins.
Is there a stipulation?
Oh, yeah. If Cody and Seth win, there's no bloodline interference in the main event of night 2 between him and Roman. And if The Rock and Roman win, it's bloodline rules, which is just no DQ.
Rules. Yeah.
Bloodline rules. Well, actually, Doyle rules, but
I don't see Cody and Seth winning this match. It just makes sense to have the bloodline win and for there just to be nothing but shenanigans and crazy fucking run-in bullshit for the main event.
The good TV lens.
Yeah.
Right? What's good TV? Look at the outcomes. Which one's good TV?
I would love it if Rikishi came in this match and hit somebody with a car, and then he just says, "I did it for The Rock," and that would be awesome.
Or we finally get...
I want that to happen.
As somebody who lives in wrestling's past, sir, you need to stop living in the past.
This could be a great time to announce the introduction of a Fatu.
Yeah. Yeah.
True. I mean,
and again, that happens when there's no rules, not in the boring one-on-one fight.
It would make more sense to bring him in the one-on-one fight strictly because it is bloodline rules, and that means any member of the bloodline can show up and do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Well,
I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but
with that said, you could also do that if Cody and Seth won because, Jacob Fatu.
He's not technically in
the bloodline. He's
not
not technically
yet, right?
in the bloodline yet. But, he's not technically in the bloodline yet. 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 But Yeah.
Semantics.
Sure,
Bloodline,
yes.
bloodline is bloodline.
Yeah.
Is Naomi bloodline?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
she was on the board, wasn't she?
By marriage, yeah, I guess.
She was on the board.
Yeah, okay.
She was on the board.
It's all semantics.
Mm-hmm. So it all depends on how they want to address this.
No matter what, it's this simple, okay? You don't put that stipulation out there for that stipulation not to be part of night 2.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Again,
whether
good TV lens.
whether Seth turns on Cody, whether somebody else comes out and costs the match, whether Solo Sequoia spikes 20 people, Rock and Roman are walking out with their hands high that night. Cody and Seth will be left in the ring. There's no two ways about it. You don't bring the Rock back to have the Rock lose.
All right. So we're all decided on who's winning the match or which team's winning the match.
Okay.
And to clarify, which teams we think are winning the match.
Sure. Yeah, yes. Who we think is winning the match.
Hey man, I talked to Nick Khan yesterday. I got everything, man. I got all the inside scoops. You think I'm making this? You think I just come up with this off the top of my head?
That's
Come
right.
on.
We have sources, people.
What else applies
Respect
to the good
our
TV
opinion.
lens is shitting all over everything you expect to happen.
But who do you guys think is eating the pin? Who is really losing in this match?
Cody.
Cody?
Yep.
Cody?
Yeah, I want Cody. It'd just be shitty to do to Seth.
All right, that's almost an hour in, and that's WrestleMania Night 1. We're going to take a quick little break. You guys won't know this because it'll be seamless to you.
Yeah, why would you even say it to them?
Because I'm peeling back the curtain. You know, I like these people to know that.
Busting the fourth wall.
Did you
know we're taping this in a garage?
Yeah. Did you know this really isn't a nice studio in southeast Portland? No, it's a garage. I'm looking at a water heater. You know. I was going to go somewhere else with that, but yes, right now we're going to take a quick break because I'm going to smoke marijuana.
And we can't do that on air.
Well, me coughing would probably not make for good radio.
Very fair.
Well, it's YouTube, so as long as we're doing it for scientific purposes, so
Always.
people know what talking about wrestling on marijuana is like, for educational purposes only,
Yeah.
we will sacrifice our well-being for your education.
Yep. And
By
when
the
we
way,
get back,
everything you just heard was us talking about wrestling on marijuana.
Yeah. When we get back, Father Lloyd will give you an expert opinion on what are you smoking?
Cannabis.
Oh, that's
Okay, very fair. No free plugs.
Which reminds me, I would like to throw out a couple plugs real quick. First of all, we're looking for that Jägermeister sponsorship still, so don't forget about us, Jägermeister. We love you. Also want to throw out Liquid Death. I'm looking at you. I will take those armless Palmers, Dead Billionaires, as well as the other, there's a good tea, you have another tea, the Grim Leafer. I like that. Send me a couple cases of that. That would be super. Aaron, you want anything? You need some pens or something?
Copper Hammer, get at me. I want a couple new skulls. Let's do it.
See, this is what happens when I ask him a question without knowing what we're getting into. It's always going to be some serial killer skull fucking dead shit.
Hey,
That's fair. And I just want Jägermeister to send me a guitar.
You heard it, Jaeger. Can we get a Jaeger guitar for the six string samurai over here?
Do it. I'll write you a song, I promise.
Okay, WrestleMania Night 2, not sponsored by Jägermeister
Extra
or Liquid Death or Copper Hammer.
the Copper Hammer, yeah.
The Copper Hammer. That sounds like some sort of finishing move.
Or guitars
It could be,
companies
yeah.
inserts here.
Okay, don't get greedy. Okay, look, we're starting off light. These are easy things to achieve. Liquid Death.
I mean, mine's not.
Liquid Death sponsors everybody.
Jägermeister throws guitars at random bars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
I am also a random bar.
The bar is low. You know, this guy over here is like, oh, I'm going right to the top immediately. Like, oh, we're getting free shit. Fucking bring it.
Have you looked at the price of a human skull lately?
No.
Yes, and let's not talk about that on air, okay? Have I? No, but trust me, I hang out with you enough. Oh, I know what a fucking skull goes for. I hear it by osmosis.
Yeah, we have to shop for you twice a year. We know.
Night 2.
Night 2, extra large.
Oh, G4. Oh, C4.
5G?
Seth frickin' Rollins.
Seth frickin' Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
And am I correct? It will be special guest commentator CM Punk?
Yes. As far as I know, yes. For the heavyweight, or the World Heavyweight Championship.
We're going straight to takes?
Yeah.
Right?
I think Drew's going to win. I want losing the tag team match on fucking night 1 and losing the championship on night 2 to really fuck with Seth. I want to see a sad Seth, like sad Corbin. I want that. Like,
that won't happen.
I know it won't happen,
hate it.
but I want it to happen. I want him to come out in his crazy fucking outfits, but them to just, like, progressively get rattier and more fucked up.
Okay, I can see that. But
and him to just be, like, just have a, you know, lapse in confidence, and I want to see where that goes.
I think Drew's going to win. I think it is going to break Seth, just like that. Much like I think Becky losing is going to break Becky. And as much as they've alluded to it in the past, and the present for that matter, they have never really teamed up Seth and Becky together as the power couple, as they would do with the Miz and Maurice, or Undertaker and Michelle McCool. What they didn't really, but you get the point I'm making.
Yeah.
They've never really went all in on it. No AEW pun intended there. So I think that's something that they're going to do.
They could.
And also, Drew, again, we know he recently re-signed. He was the guy who carried the company through the pandemic. His WrestleMania moment was to an empty performance center.
Yeah.
I believe at that point they were still doing it in the performance center. I'm sure he was promised a WrestleMania moment this year for doing the business that he did last year.
Well, and coming back with the amazing character work that he's doing right now. One of the best heels, like, in WWE.
Cool. Here's an idea. Shit all over CM Punk and see how many people fucking talk about you. Interesting.
It worked for our news segment.
He was developing this character before CM Punk even came back. Like, yeah, CM Punk has, like, skyrocketed it because everybody loves talking about CM Punk, and when you involve him in your promos and whatever, it's a fucking huge boost. But, like, the character that he's built up for himself, that he wanted to try, at least from what I've heard of, like, it's good. The, like, angry heel that's right about what he's talking about, and like getting screwed and fucking, you know.
There's going to be a fight here, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Who let the dogs out? First of all,
Who?
I mean, the dogs are barking, man. They know this is a hot take right now. Mm-hmm. Damn.
I don't know if
everything he just described sounds like a certain Pepsi man that did this years ago. The angry heel who was right in what he said.
Sure.
Well, project.
So then by your own wording and logic, Drew McIntyre is doing nothing but fucking ripping off CM Punk.
I mean, maybe I wasn't around for those times, so I didn't watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Punk's in my blind era too. So it is what it is. Him being on commentary makes me think, for me at least, this is Seth's game.
Yeah.
Seth holds.
All right.
Them announcing a Clash at the Castle, that's when Drew gets his come up.
Maybe.
That makes the most sense.
I feel like with Punk on commentary,
we got to make him suffer as Punk comes back, and all that happens, and all that storyline that builds for Clash at the Castle. Seth needs to win this for that to happen.
I feel like with Seth on commentary, they're going to do
Punk
on commentary. They're going to do the thing where
and he's the one that doesn't smoke marijuana, folks.
Yeah. Punk's going to get involved in the match and try to attack Drew, accidentally hit Seth, causing Drew to win.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. All right.
Next on the docket.
Next on the docket. It'll be Io Sky versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. I'm pretty meh on this match.
How dare you?
I know, right? Like,
This match is going to be.
He's a hugger, ladies and gentlemen.
That's true. I am a hugger.
They just haven't given us much to like make me care about Io Sky.
All right,
as a champion.
let's do the what ifs. What if Io Sky wins? What happens storyline wise?
Nothing.
Now, all right, agreed.
Yeah, Bayley's gonna win.
Next, Bayley wins. What happens? Also, nothing.
I don't know.
This is part of 3 matches on this day that I am desperately hoping there's shenanigans involved, because on paper, wholly boring.
Yeah.
I see. I disagree, but of course we know I am biased in this,
Sure,
on this
like-
particular.
I feel like it's gonna be a good match. Like, they're both good wrestlers.
Oh, it's going to be good. They're
Absolutely.
going to put on a fantastic match. Might be the best match of day 2.
It's the what ifs that bug me.
Yeah. Like,
It could go either way, and I'm sure it'd be a great match, and I don't care.
Yeah.
But I have no what ifs for either of them winning. What does that do to wrestling for entertainment value?
By that what do you have emotionally invested in either of these characters? And again, that's where I have the things like we know. I love Bayley.
Of course.
From day one. Again, I'm a hugger. I love Bayley. I love how she reinvented herself. I love her character every time. She's done everything perfect with everything they've thrown in front of her. I think she is going to get the win. This starts to signal the end of Damage Control. Like I said,
Of
them
course,
losing that.
yeah.
You can put Asuka back to being a single star. You can use these people in other capacities. Dakota Kai, hopefully, she's not going to get hurt again like she tends to do. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but Dakota Kai,
it happens.
It has.
It's
Look
called statistics.
Look at the history of her injuries. But like I said, it's definitely Bayley's time. They've dogged her out since she came back from her last injury. Was that 2 WrestleManias ago?
Yeah.
When they actually formed Damage Control. So again, it's her time. Io's done a great job, but again, nobody's invested in Io Sky like they are Bayley, and I guess that's easy. It's not the easiest way to put it. So, like I said, Bayley for the win.
Like, that's what kind of makes me meh about this, is just how kind of boring I feel like Io Sky's run as championship has been. Like,
I'm going to give credit to them, again, subtitling promos and letting Japanese people speak in Japanese.
Yeah.
I've learned more about her in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 2 years. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It changed how I viewed Shinsuke's character.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to change. I view her even as a character. Before that, to be bluntly honest, she flies high, and I love that shit. She's tiny. She puts trash cans on her head. And she jumps real high. I love that crap. Pam, heavy hitter. She's packing heat. I love that too.
all right, so Bayley's going over.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, no, she deserves it.
Yes.
Oh, if we're on the deserves it train, I will take your side. Yeah.
All right, so next,
Yeah.
Shoes
of a champion.
LA Knight versus AJ Styles, singles match, nothing on the line.
Like the Earth, to me, this match is a little flat.
So you're taking AJ?
I'm taking. Don't care. Do I want to say more, or do I want to make fun of AJ more?
I think LA Knight's winning. He
this
needs
match
the win.
due for shenanigans. It would be great if it was a DQ. No one won, and a bunch of dumb shit happened.
Yeah. Eli Drake by DQ.
By
DQ?
Yes.
trying to say DQ in the upwards Dupree, and I couldn't.
AJ's
Ugh.
not going to be able to put him down no matter what he does, and he's going to grab a chair or do something stupid in front of the ref and get disqualified, and then just beat the hell out of LA Knight, and that feud will continue for a little while longer.
I'm not a fan of LA's finisher. I don't like it. It looks sloppy.
The big freaking trip.
It's got a cool name, but
it's just a big freaking trip.
yeah. The fucking blunt force trauma.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it just looks like he's falling over with somebody.
Okay, so who do you have in the match?
I mean, L.A. Knight.
Okay.
But
The man with the shitty finishing move.
Yeah.
L.A. Knight.
yeah. Moving on, we got Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens
This match is a shenanigan.
for the United States Championship.
These should call these gingerbread matches, where you have two guys on the same team chasing one guy for the same goal, and he just plays catch me if you can all day.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to win this match. Like, legitimately, I don't have a theory on who's going to win.
Theory's not in this match.
Yeah. He's not winning that match either.
Right, we already covered that.
We already covered
Or
that.
making friends at Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Hit up Joey Swole.
Like, I want Kevin Owens to win because I like Kevin, but I don't want him.
It's just
I don't want him wrestling in
it's
the fucking United
it's the same
States
thing with Sammy,
Championship.
Right? Him
shit,
having the
like-
belt. Every time he gets a belt, when does he lose it? Like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So you're saying you want Kevin Owens in a heavyweight?
I want him main eventing. But
I would like to see that too, but I don't feel that time is now. Again,
yeah,
that there was a time for it, and he can once again do that. But when you have Cody Rhodes and The Rock and Seth Rollins and CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, he's fallen pretty far down the chain, and it sucks because he's again another person that has done amazing with everything they've thrown at him.
Yeah.
Fucking what else? What were we talking about?
I'm on
Paul and
I'm on Orton.
Oh, that's right.
I'm on Orton getting the belt out of this to cement that he's back. And it puts a strong leader at the head of that title. I also fully understand continuing to let us hate Logan Paul for money. Because I'll gladly do that.
Logan Paul. Moving on.
I don't want anything nice for Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is walking out with his championship intact. But whatever happened,
the fuck you March program.
Lousy smarch weather. Again, this Prime thing is.
Oh yeah, fuck. We need to talk about that because that's some bullshit.
No, we don't need to talk about
So
that.
does the heel's actions upset you? Amazing.
It's so ugly.
Yeah, we love to hate him.
God damn it. All right, moving on. We got the Pride. I don't know if that's what they're actually called or not, but I like it. Consisting of Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford with B-Fab.
Girl fight.
Yeah. Versus The Final Testament, which I don't like that name, consisting of Karrion Kross, Occam, and Rezar. Is that how you pronounce it? Rezar. Yeah.
That's a former Authors of Pain.
It's a pun, folks.
Yes. Authors of Pain. With Scarlett and Paul Ellering.
Paul Ellering, yes.
Ellering.
Yes, Paul Ellering. He was the manager of the Road Warriors back in the day.
Oh, that guy.
Yes, that guy.
That's an old man.
He is an old man. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. I don't... it's a Philadelphia street fight.
That means they're going to cover each other in Cheese Whiz and... never mind.
Stuff themselves with onions. This is my final yawn match for this night.
Yeah.
I want to see Montez Ford come up.
Yes.
I also want to say, not like this.
Yeah.
The Pride as the name. I need context before I'm going to commit to that.
Sure.
They're lions?
I don't know.
They're prideful?
You know what? I'm going to just not.
But I also have no love for the Final Testament. Karrion Kross literally can't keep my interest.
Yeah.
The only thing that keeps my interest about him is his tattoo that I hate looking at. and the pun of Aquaman Racer. That's it. I don't do anything in the ring that excites me.
I want to,
for
like,
the sake
Karrion
of
Kross.
seeing Montez Ford come up in some fashion, I'll take them winning.
I want to like Karrion Kross, but he just hasn't done anything to make me like him. He, like, it's just been a real big letdown.
It's kind of like when you walk in a room and everyone goes, that guy's a badass. And he's not that big or anything. You go, that guy's a badass?
The name is Dalton.
Yeah, who do you see winning?
Who do I see winning?
Yeah.
The team with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah?
That's what I see. That's the only person I think they're trying to placate in any capacity by putting them on WrestleMania. And this is what they were working with trying to have Bobby Lashley build that stable with the Street Profits and B-Fab, and so that's where they put him. That's literally how I feel. I do not care about this match one way or the other. I will probably be smoking or pouring drinks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Bobby Lashley did get kind of fucked last year. As far as I understand, he was supposed to have a match with Bray Wyatt.
Right.
But
And then all he got was the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial,
The ATG
the
MBR.
Axenberg trophy.
yeah.
And then Bray got that stupid LA Knight Mountain Dew Dark match.
Yep.
Yeah. But wait, where was that?
The Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
You
No.
Cosmic Wrestling?
I was trying to remember where it happened because it didn't happen at Mania.
You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. That wasn't at Mania. I apologize.
I think
was
that was at
before.
the Rumble.
Okay.
Or
Either way, it was
yeah, I mean,
lame.
it doesn't matter.
It was a bad way for both of us.
It was a horrible match.
And
Mountain
everyone
Dew,
involved.
Don't do that again.
Nothing good happened to him afterward.
Yeah.
This segment brought to you by Malort.
It tastes bad, and we know it.
Oh no, is that gonna? No, I'm not even gonna say it. Yeah, I see Bobby and Street Profits winning. Yeah.
Agreed.
Just because I want the sound bite, I'm going to put in the shoeies of a champion, and then we can move on to the
Oh
next.
God.
Did you say shoeies of a champion?
Uh-huh.
I hate you.
I
Yeah.
I do kind of want that now.
Hit us up, my lord.
Wait, is there an actual? You actually have a clip of him saying shoeies?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I don't have a clip of that.
I want
no.
it to be in our file record.
Yeah,
While it's in my head.
but I would like to see a feud between LA Knight
Yeah.
and Grayson Waller,
No.
and the end result, we get shoeies of a champion.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Comment down below if you agree with me. Or you can, rip me. That's fine too.
Right. Say
Next.
whatever. We're probably not going to read it anyway.
Next.
Well, only two of us can read. I'll let you, the listeners, figure out which one of us the two is.
Next on the docket, we've got
Actually, last on the docket.
last on the docket, we've got the main event, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, number 2, for the undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Universal Championship.
Stipulations pending.
How do I abbreviate that?
Yeah, as we've
Capital
discussed,
V championship?
capital V Championship. What?
Capital V.
The
Yeah. T-H-E.
All caps.
all caps.
Locked. Green light on.
Yeah. As we discussed earlier, the Bloodline's going over on night 1, so this match will be Bloodline rules, shenanigans, 45-minute entrances. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of shit. Lots of run-ins. Everybody keeps comparing this to Endgame, where all the fucking superheroes show up at the end to save the day. And I see that happening, but I feel like it could go wrong very easily.
How?
So no matter what, this is the real Philadelphia street fight of the night.
Yes, it is.
I'm just gonna toss my hot take in because it's quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Because fuck you, Marks. Roman's winning this because it's fucking hilarious. Cody's never finishing his story. That's the story. Ha ha ha. Eat it.
That would make a lot of people mad.
and we call them Cody crybabies.
Yes. Yeah, like the way I could see it going wrong is if all the run-ins and stuff, like if they're attacking Roman, I feel like it delegitimizes Cody's win. Like, it makes sense to have Cody overcoming all the, like, run-ins and interference and all that bullshit. But if you've got, you know, Seth running in and fucking Jay running in and, like, doing their finishers on Roman, it just takes away the win from Cody. And it cheapens it.
So you're gonna go Roman Reigns then?
I want Cody to win. I want things to evolve. If Roman wins, I feel like things are going to stay the same with the bloodline and like that whole storyline. I want Cody to win. Cody can lose the fucking title on the next night for all I care. But I want Roman to lose the title.
Father Lloyd.
Do you think Roman is losing the title? There's the
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Okay, so you're taking Cody Rhodes for the win.
Yes.
Roman Reigns because I want the points. Roman Reigns, like,
It's the most controversial, the best thing left on your tongue out of all of it.
I mean, I would love to see the internet fucking lose their shit with Roman winning again.
well, get ready for it.
Like, that would be really entertaining for me. But
Yeah, wait for it.
in storyline, I want Roman to lose the title. I want something new with the bloodline.
There's
The bloodline has
only-
gotten really boring, and the only thing that's brought any fucking entertainment to it is having The Rock come back. But
So not boring.
And
Top
that's
news.
that's the only thing.
popular watching. you're just upset.
well, no.
And
with-
again, they got you worked up. They got you watching. They're winning. And if Roman wins, you're going to be upset, and you're going to keep watching.
Roman's boring. The Rock is interesting. The
Is he?
Rock is making things interesting.
No, is he? Or is he just getting out there saying the same things that he said 20 years ago, wearing literally the same outfits? And,
Sure.
And no, he's pandering to the crowd.
Yes.
And again, he is a megastar. He's not The Rock. He is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He is known more at this point for the movies that he's done than anything he ever did in wrestling. He is
Yeah.
a
Absolutely.
superstar.
Yeah.
They're going to use him in every capacity that they can.
Of
He
course.
said he's not done after WrestleMania. Therefore, the only thing that makes sense is for The Rock to be the one that costs Roman the belt. That's the only way for this to make any sense. And then you can build Roman and Rock. Okay, if that doesn't happen, you know what you have? You have Rock and Cody, who you can still do something with.
Yeah.
The Rock is the factor here. Nobody cares about Roman Reigns per se at this point. They're sick of him. Cool. Everyone was sick of Hogan. Everyone was sick of fucking. Well, I guess everyone loved Bruno. That's why he was champ for so long. It's everyone who wants Cody. I'm sorry, you're not getting it. Roman will retain this belt and another 4 years. The fucking bloodline. Fuck you, Nick Charles. And I hope that's not slander or libel.
I mean, yeah, it's not either. Roman's just boring. Like, the storyline around him, like, the people around him have been what has made the bloodline interesting. You got Jay and Jimmy, their shit. They've made the bloodline interesting. Fucking Sami Zayn, he made the bloodline interesting. And then once that was all done,
None of that happens without Roman being exactly
well, no,
what
of
he
course,
is at the top.
Yeah, but
So he's contributing to
still
all of this.
boring.
Because he's unstoppable. That's the carry. He's this unstoppable force in charge of everything.
We're going to wrap this up because we're going in circles.
Sure.
But let me pose this to you, okay? By that, other than actually defending his belt, what does Gunther do any different really than Roman? He comes out, does his promos, and I'm the champ. This is how it is. No one's going to beat me. Enjoy this.
Fair.
So
Again,
what,
he
except one
defends
of
it.
their stables is cool. One of their stables is kind of lame.
Why do you think the bloodline's lame?
The bloodline's not lame.
Oh. Imperium. I got it.
Yeah.
They're
whole-
lame.
Yeah. I really want, out of everything that happens during this match, I want Rikishi to hit somebody with a car. He says the line, "I did it for The Rock," and then you hear the glass shatter and Stone Cold comes out. I just want that to happen.
I don't want to eat that.
Well, guys, that was our WrestleMania predictions. And that was also happened to be the show for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what else? You have something else you want to talk about?
No.
Crystal skulls?
No.
Candied heads?
It's the road,
No.
baby. We're here.
Roads? Where we're going, there's only Cody Rhodes. And I'll leave it on that. Actually, I think that was actually a good one.
That's actually yeah.
All right,
solid.
thank you guys so much. I'm Father Lloyd.
I'm BT.
I'm Derek Harbord.
That's him, the guy who uses his last name to sign off also.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. Please check us out.
Yeah.
Sooner than later, we'll have social media things up and available. That's out of my pay grade. I just sit here and talk and look pretty, so other folks handle that. So when that happens, we'll be sure to put those out there for you. But I believe if you're watching this, it'll be on YouTube. So Hi, YouTube people. Thanks for listening, and catch you later, Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Leave us a comment.
Oh, yeah,
Subscribe, smash buttons, do all that good stuff. I think there's a bell in there somewhere.
Yeah.
The Liberty Bell.
Yeah. If you'd like us to irritate you more than just during this podcast, click the bell.
Yeah.
Or don't.
Don't give them an option.
Fair enough. Oh, by the way, Mindy's Bakery. Hit me up.